No, don't know. I'm guessing I'm on. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was on. Hi, everybody. This is Veronica Paddock, and from my channel, it's Health and Spiritual Awareness. And when I do, I previously had entrepreneur on there, but that really isn't, I mean, that's just a job thing. But I'm a happiness advocate, nurturer, and soulful healer. What brings me on today? Well, the topic of gifting and receiving. So I want to tell you a little bit about my day today. I had set up with my hairdresser to go in her salon and give complimentary access energetic facelifts to the clients, of course, with hopes that besides making them feel good, but maybe I could drum a little business up for myself, and through my postings, hopefully drum up a little bit of business for her, right? And okay, that's all fine and good. That's giving and taking, and that's wonderful, right? We need to collaborate with other people to expand our business, right? And then as I was at the salon and I met, it was such an educational experience, and that I truly, truly enjoyed. It's different. It was totally different than when I had gone to different wellness venues, right? Now, I've gone to wellness galas and other things where you paid a vendor fee and you're standing there and it's almost like you're waiting to attack, or you're hoping that somebody's going to come and talk to you, and you're like soliciting, right? And, you pay this money, you do your thing, and, you hope to get some names, and that's the name of the game, right? Today was different. Today was, those can be fun, doing the access bars and what have you. That can be a lot of fun to do. Meet new people and expose them to a new type of energy healing that they've never experienced before. But today was really different. I walk in the door and I really wasn't sure how I was going to set up, what it was going to look like, if I was going to have to wear a cape over my shirt so I didn't get hair dye on it. I didn't know how busy it was going to be. I just walked in, made sure I had my water. I had my hand sanitizer, phone, pamphlets, what have you, to share with people. And it was just within seconds. My hairdresser is amazing. She, because she knows her clients. She's like, oh, yeah, that person won't be into it. Or, oh, try this one, talk to her. And the first couple of people were people that were actually had already had their hair done. And they're walking out the door. So I at least got their names and talked to them a little bit about the energetic facelift and what it could do. The one lady, her birthday's tomorrow. She's going to be 80. And it's like, wow, this was the great group of people to be in front of. That's what I'm thinking. And I wrote down their names, and, I said, if you come back, let me know, mention your name. I wrote them down so I can be like, okay, this is where I got you from. We'll still do a free 10, 15 minutes if that's what you choose. If you just decide to do a full session, that's great. We could either do, at my space in Saddlebrook, or we could do here at the salon, whatever works. This is great, and meeting new people. And my hairdresser had thrown one of the staff in my chair, who's a man, and she's like, just sit, just do it, you'll love it. And I'm working on him. And one of my favorite things about working on people is I can feel like where they need this healing. Like their body just speaks to me. And I think that's one of my favorite things, is when the body speaks to you and it tells you like that it needs something, or that it's willing to release. It just feels so juicy and yummy to me. So I was working on a guy, and I could feel different things in different parts of his face, like in the jaw and this and that. And he was just so relaxed. And I was so happy to be able to gift this, quote unquote, to him. Now, again, I mentioned, okay, with the hopes of drumming up business. But when I start doing my work, it's not about the money, about receiving that money. That, like, my total mind shifted while I was doing this. I was in the mode. I guess you become the healer. And and you have to remind yourself, okay, I'm receiving energy from spirit to help, facilitate these sessions that make people feel so good. And he's got back problems. And next time I'm gonna, bring some other tools and maybe some clearing statements to help work on him so that he can feel better. And I'm sitting there and I have my hands on his face, and it's just, it just fills me with such joy. And I'm glad that the process of either the Access energetic facelift, the body processes, or the bars sessions, those are true gifting and that's true gifting and receiving. Because what you're doing is you're creating this energy with source, right? You're creating it with Mother Earth through the roots, pulling that up and connecting with source. And the energy, I think I mentioned this in the previous live that I did, was that it's being pulled out and through. So it's going through that person's body. The same thing that's if I have an issue, right? It's being pulled through me. It's helping me with my issue. And then it's going directly up to source to be mulched and, taken care of. That's true gifting and receiving. There's no expectation. I'm not doing it for them to be healed by them or vice versa. We're healing together. I'm gifting to them this session, and we're both receiving a session at the same time. That's true gifting and receiving. Most times when we're doing things, you do a kind gesture for somebody. Somebody expects something in return, right? They totally expect, it's like, oh, you pay somebody a compliment, so you feel like you have to pay a compliment back. And, so I'm doing this today, and each person I work with, I felt like there's just so much more out there. There's this amazingness of sharing when you're doing this energy work. And it just lifts me up so much. I worked on a gentleman also. He was getting his highlights done. Oh my goodness, that was so much fun. There I am trying to figure. I was like, "Would you like, energetic facelift?" He's like, "What?" And the other guy that I just worked on was like, "Oh my God, it feels so good. Just do it. Just do it." So he's like, "Okay." And he was like almost falling asleep in the chair. So he's got the hair dye on, and I'm behind him, and I'm working on him. I'm trying to figure out how to not get hair dye all over my hand. That I move my hand on his face and get hair dye on his face. And he was just kind of rocking back and forth, and it was just his timer went off. And it's like, oh my God, good. Got his hair rinsed, and he came back so I could kind of seal in all the goodness. And I so enjoyed that. And then I worked on some other people. And, there was a gentleman that I met that he has cancer. And we were talking, and he's like, I wish I met you 3 years ago. Now, I work and I do these body processes. I've worked with my parents with these different body processes, and you're calling in all these cool energies and stuff like that. I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, I wish I had this card so that I could help him. And it's nice that I want to help him. That's great and all, but at the end, it's still about getting business, right? I mean, my heart I want to be able to gift it all these things because, and just make people better. That's the healer, portion. But you still need to make money. So it's very interesting. Like, I really thought about it after I had spoken with this gentleman, was maybe I could save him, or maybe I can help him a little bit longer. And it's really interesting how it made me think about this whole gifting and receiving thing. Like, what truly is it? And I really thought about, like, myself in that moment. I switched so many times. And we all do that. And it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, you do need to, provide a service that people desire or need, to make money. And as a healer, well, that's what you went to it for, because, it should be enjoyable, right? But it just made me think about, like I said, gifting and receiving. Is that truly gifting and receiving? And then I thought about it a little bit more, and I'm like, when you're doing it, when you're in the space of it, if you don't think you're the one healing per se, that that it's coming from divine, and the energy it's kind of mingling, right? So, this is just like crazy food for thought that I had about the gifting and receiving. And with International Day of Happiness coming up, I just love that. That's March 20th this year. And they're actually something I signed up for yesterday. They're doing like a whole week from the 17th to 22nd. And they talk about this thing called random acts of kindness, right? And that's just gifting, right? That's just gifting with nothing expected in return. And I remember watching a video where like people would paste like a couple dollars on something for somebody to just find on purpose. And then some, buy the person behind you, pay for their cup of coffee. That's just gifting. There's no expectation. The only expectation is feeling good and gratified and happy and feeling like you did something good for somebody. But you're not expecting the universe to pay you back, and you're not expecting somebody else to do it because you like got a payback, and just want to kind of sort that out, because we're just human nature. We're so used to reciprocating. Like I said, you pay a compliment, somebody pays you a compliment. Is it really a compliment, or is it backhanded compliment? Yeah. But that's where my head is at this moment. And I really do, and I wanted to, I'm getting walled up here. Take a moment to think about the gentleman that had cancer and said that, he wished he met me 3 years ago. And then I think of other people with cancer. Wouldn't it be nice if they could let go of that cancer, right? And it just be scooped out and get a bunch of, just let it get scooped out so that they can live life differently. Instead of feeling like this gentleman is like, but boy, my father had cancer, this had cancer, and whatever. And it's like, oh, so you just accepted your, like a death sentence. He started working on energy healing too late. It made me think of a couple other people. I don't know, that one just really stuck with me today. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm just expressing how I feel. I'm not sorry. I'm not. Just know that there are other healing modalities out there besides chemo. There is energy work. There are people that truly want to help. I am one of those people. I shouldn't be mentioning this during a gifting and receiving broadcast, but I am. Whatever. Um, I will say I'm grateful that I was led down this path. Um, you know what? I'm just going to close down. I didn't realize how much this was going to affect me. Okay. On that note, I will just wanted to share that I had a wonderful and amazing session with those today, those people that I was with, that I met. It was so fully impactful on my being. And I look forward to working with them again, or working with other people like them, to see what else I can do in the world, see how I can make the world a happier place, that perhaps I can do my nurturing thing that I usually I used to get myself in trouble for. I mentioned that previously. But thank you all for being here and listening to me yammering. Till next time. All right. Mahalo, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Till then.